flight kite is actually a combination of the Prodigy kite and our past flight kites, which we've been building for the last 3 years. We basically took the best virtues out of both and combined them into one kite. The actual weight of this kite is very close to the actual weight of a no-strut kite. What you'll find on kites that have no struts is they have to build the leading edge much larger, and that increased amount of Dacron, increased amount of bladder material on the wingtips of the no-strut kite actually almost equals the same weight as a kite that has very small struts, but then can also have a smaller wingtip section. Having the added stability of 3 struts allowed us to make a kite that not only performed really well in light air, but also performs well in stronger winds. The canopy won't deform, the leading edge doesn't distort. Plus, you get the virtue of when the kite's crashed on the water, the canopy stays away from the water, so relaunch is very, very easy. The bladder material we use on the flight kites is about 20% lighter than the bladder material we use on our Prodigy and Razor kites. We found that with the larger diameter tubes, there's less pressure in the tube. That lighter material definitely gives a noticeable performance in lighter winds. The scuff pad material that we use is a very durable, strong material. What we found is that when you're making a scuff pad, the material you use should actually be stronger than the Dacron that you're putting it on, whereas instead of using a lighter weight material that's actually weaker than the Dacron, the whole idea of the scuff pad is it's supposed to take the wear and abuse so that the Dacron won't. If you use too light of a material, then the Dacron ends up taking the wear and abuse, and it actually doesn't really do its job. So where we are, where the beaches are rock and trees and barnacles and stuff, if we use too lightweight material, the leading edge just gets damaged too quickly. So that's why we use a very, very strong, low profile material for our scuff pads. The flight kites incorporate our rollover bridle. This bridle allows the kite, when safety's been activated on the bar, or the bar has been released on the free ride bar, to obtain basically a neutral angle of attack in the water. So it has very, very low pull, but it's very easy to reset the bar to power up the kite again and relaunch the kite. The Flite has more shape than the Prodigy, so its light wind performance is better. The tube diameters have been optimized for lighter wind. By combining these all together, we now have a kite that has a very wide range, very, very good low end power, but also very stable, very easy to relaunch, and can be used by riders of all weights. So we've tested it with riders in the 250-pound range. They're unable to distort the canopy, unable to distort the leading edge tube. It's basically a kite that'll carry you from light air up into decent amounts of wind.